Hello, welcome to a 2-minute demo of Pear. Pear is an add-on for Google Slides that allows a teacher to create interactive presentations through multiple built-in question types, collect instant feedback, and assess student understanding of the information. Teachers are able to see student responses in real time thanks to the teacher dashboard that's built in, and can export those responses through Google Sheets for future reference. So once you've installed the Pear add-on, you'll simply need to open up a new presentation and click the Pear add-on at the top. That'll bring in your Pear box, your Pear window that will pull up to the right. You do have templates that they've already created for you for beginning, during, and end of the lesson. So if you wanted to create a bell ringer, these are your options right here to your right. And then they also have exit tickets. Or if you just want to add activities throughout your presentation, you can do that as well. If you want to start from scratch, they do have question choices here at the bottom. So as you can see, I've already thrown in a diagram from just an image I pulled from the web. I added a text box that's labeled a diagram. And so at that point, I can decide how do I want my students to answer that question. So I want them to label, and so I'm going to let them use text. So I'm going to click Add Text, and that's going to, because I highlighted that one slide, it's going to add a text question on top of that slide. So now when students see it, they'll see this on the display, whether it be your projector or your TV or whatever you're using. But on their screen, it'll allow them to type in text boxes here to get the correct answer. The next one I have is where's the cell wall? And so this one is asking you to locate something. And so it's gonna be a lot harder to do that through text. So what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna use a draggable. And so when I click draggable again, because I have that slide highlighted, it'll give me the draggable option on here. And so what we choose is what item do we want them to drag and what color. So I always use flag. I don't know why, I just always use flag. Pick your color and update that slide. Again, your students will see this on their big display, but on their devices, they'll be able to pick out the icon that you gave them, that flag, and drag it to the correct answer. And you'll be able to see those in real time and watch those students drag those around. The last one I want to show you is draw. And so say we've been going over the cell for a while now, and we want to see what the students can present to you. What content do they remember? And so on here, we're going to click draw. And the students then will be able to see this screen right here. It'll update that slide, and now the students will have a draw tool. They'll be able to change the color and the thickness of the pen, and they will be able to draw it themselves. And again, you'll be able to see each student's screen and what they're working on. The last thing I want to show you is the teacher dashboard. So on the teacher dashboard, there's two important elements. On the left, you'll see where you are progressing in your slide presentation with your students. So right now we know that we're on the slide 6 because it's highlighted yellow. And on the right, you'll see where the students or how the students are responding to that slide. So we can see that we have 2 students in class and only one of them has answered that question. They've picked A because on the right, you see that they have 1 response. And then what you can also do is click on grid layout and see each student individually and see what their responses are. This is live, so if it's a draggable or a drawable, you'll see that happening live. And then you can also choose to hide or show those responses. So if I click show response, the students in class will now see this on the overhead projector or TV. But let's say one student has posted something that's maybe inappropriate or just doesn't pertain to class. You can choose to hide or show certain responses if you choose to. So just a good way to kind of reinforce information from that class, maybe discuss an area where they're, as a class as a whole, are having issues, or maybe just point out a success of maybe a student in your class. One other thing you can do now on this is lock the screen, so that way students can't move on if you put this on student paste. And so to do that, you would click over here and turn on student paste. And why that's handy is maybe you want to create a Pear presentation for students to review before a test. And so they could come in and log in on that, and maybe there's information and questions. So you could even use this as a full assessment if you wanted to have students go through on their own pace and answer certain questions. And at the end of that, when they finish, they could submit that and you can take that for a grade. Pear is just a wonderful way to be more interactive with your students, bring some presentations to life, and take a temperature of your class right then and there. Know, are we ready as a class to move forward, or do we need to backtrack a little bit and kind of review some of these topics? It's been a wonderful program for us. If you have any questions about Pear, please go to our website below and follow that link. And we have more resources on Pear. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.